You gotta love it, guys. Another day with more red for Palantir stock and more insiders selling out of their positions. In fact, one of these insiders sold out of every single share that they held, and the other two that we're going to break down sold out a little bit, of their positions. So we have a lot to break down in this video: the charts, my thoughts, what insiders are doing. So if y'all find value, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and guys, don't forget to get your free stocks from Moomoo, up to 15 stocks, each up to $2,000. Just use that link down below or go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo. Check out all the details. We'll talk more about that later. And with that being said, cheers. Let's dive right into the video. So it's currently about 12:30 p.m. So we're pretty much smack dab in the middle of the day right now on the East Coast, by the way, 12:30 p.m. And we have Palantir stock down not one, not two, but 3.5% so far on the day, down 64 cents. And earlier in the day, guys, it was down even more, man. We actually almost broke into the $16 level. I know it sounds crazy, but look, we hit $17.05 in the morning. If I zoom in, you guys can see 17.05. We hit that at about 9:32 a.m. and that's after we opened at about $17.70. So in the first minute or two, 3 minutes of trading, we dumped off massively. We're talking a drop of around 4%, 3.5%, 4%, or around 70 cents, like that. And since that point, we did get, a nice V-shaped recovery. It's not like we hung out at 17 bucks flat for an hour or two. I mean, it lasted for a good couple of minutes. Then we saw a V-shaped recovery and we got all the way back to 17.80. Then we double topped at that point. You guys can see on the intraday chart. And now we're starting to see, actually, look, we double topped there at about, what time was that? 9:50, 10 a.m. We double topped, dumped off, ran up again, failed to break 17.80, and now we've been coasting around 17.60, 17.70 over the past couple of hours. So Palantir at this point, no doubt, is showing more downside, right? We took out the lows from yesterday. Now we're down to about, again, 17.05 earlier today. That probably puts us in a bear market, right? Considering we were just at $21.85. Let me take a look here, guys. Let me double check. That puts us in a bear market, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, down 22%. So we hit 21.85, dropped down to 17.05. That spread there is 22.5% pretty much. And we have a death cross on this time frame. We're under the moving averages. And look, that head and shoulders, did we not call it out yesterday? Not to toot my own horn, but that head and shoulders we called out ended up playing out. And it looks like on the 4-hour chart, let me pull it up and show you guys, it might have some more room to the downside. Maybe. It's not guaranteed, obviously, but maybe there's more room to the downside here. We have the left shoulder, the head, and then the right shoulder is right here. And now we're officially under the 180 SMA on the 4-hour time frame, which held as support over the past couple of days. And now we're obviously, again, breaking under it. So some key support levels coming up. We have that high from the end of October, 1675, 1680. That's going to be a spot where we actually held this morning, and that's going to be a spot moving forward that I want to see if the bulls hold, right? So that's a big spot that I'm looking at, a key level here on Palantir. And of course, guys, don't get it twisted. Yes, we're selling off. We're in a bear market, or we were in the morning, but we're still overall in an uptrend. Palantir is obviously still doing very well. We're just nitpicking in these videos, guys, and breaking down the day-to-day action. But you could argue, based on this channel, that there could be some more downside. Maybe this comes down mid-15s, low 15s, which would be a very interesting spot for a potential entry point, which I'm not going to tell you guys what to do, but for me, that's kind of what I'm looking at right now in real time. So let me show you guys what insiders ended up selling out. Again, not of their entire position. Well, one of them did, but the other two, they trimmed a little bit essentially as the year here is wrapping up. So let me pull it up here and show you guys what is going on, and ignore the ads here on top of my big old head, guys. Let me actually move my face down here. There we go. So you can see here, these are all the insider moves as of late. Stemming back from the past couple of months, you guys can see these were in August, September right here. We have obviously some in October. Well, really just one in October and a bunch now in November as the year is slowly wrapping up. So you guys can see Carp sold out of about 10% of his position. We covered that about, I think, a week or two ago, whenever that happened. Carp sold at $21.06, guys. And now look at it. It's at $17. Talk about timing there, right? 17.50. So essentially, as these big dogs start to sell out some of their position, the market followed essentially is what is going on right now. So he sold about not 6 million actually. He sold 727,000 shares, and he still owns a good 6.4 million. So he sold 10% of his position. That's Alex Karp about 2 weeks ago. But the most recent ones here, let me come up here and show you guys. Let me zoom in a little bit to make it easier for you all to see. So the most recent ones came yesterday. At least we got news of them yesterday. The actual trade date was on the 1st of this month of December. So Andrew Cohen here, I'm pretty sure it's it's Andrew Stephen Cohen. So the last name's first. Keep that in mind. Andrew Cohen here, he sold out 656,000 shares at $19.80. That is a 100% decrease in his position size. Essentially, he owns a measly 592 shares left. So he sold 650,000, owns 592. Whoop-de-doo, right? He sold $13 million of stock there. You guys can see. Then we had some trimming from D. Moore here, who is a director. He ended up selling, or she, I'm not sure what the gender is there, but she or he ended up selling 21,900 shares at $19.94. You guys can see, and that was a decrease of 1% of his or her position, right? So pretty much nothing, just a little bit of trimming heading into the end of the year. That was a $436,000 move. You guys can see big chunk, big sized move there, but not much for that particular person. They only decreased their position size by 1%. Then this person here, W. Schiff, or Alexandra, whatever the first name is. I don't friggin' know the order of these names, guys. So, okay, Alexander Karp, Alex Karp. So it looks like the first name's in the middle. Okay, I'm an idiot. I probably should have known that. So Alexander Moore sold out of what we just said there. $436,000 worth, 1% change in the position. Now, Alexandra Schiff, she ended up selling out 2% of her position, or about, let's see, dollar value here, $79,000, 204,000 shares. She still owns, but she sold 4,000 shares at $19.92. So those are the three most recent insider moves, which again, Stephen Cohen here, he sold out of all of his position essentially, and he still owns 500, well, not all of it, but he still owns 592 shares, but he sold 650,000 shares, which is pretty insane if you ask me. Massive move. So that's a quick breakdown here on some of the insider action going on as of late with Palantir stock. And mind you, a lot of that, probably all of that, is because of how much the stock has run up. Let's be honest here, guys. A lot of profit takings going on. A lot of these insiders, directors, C-suite executives, they're up massively on their personal positions. And, as long as Karp, really, the CFO as well, and a lot of the big C-suite executives, they're still all in pretty much. They're just trimming. I'm not seeing any red flags. Sure, if we saw the CFO, CEO, all the top C-suite executives, all the directors dumping all their shares, obviously that would cause major red flags and flares to go off in my mind. But that's not what's going on right now. We're getting little trims here and there. Sure, that one person sold everything, but not really everybody's doing that. Pretty much nobody is. They're just trimming. So there's no red flags right now. And Palantir stock, guys, let's be honest, the fundamentals are only strengthening in my opinion. Sure, you could argue it's overvalued. We're not going to get into that debate in this video. But on the charts, it's still uptrending. We're still ripping. on this year to date, it's up massively. So let's see what happens. Like I said, in this window right here, as we're getting awfully oversold now on the 4-hour chart, what do we do between 1550, 1650? That's kind of what I'm waiting for here on Palantir, as it's currently down 3.5% on the day. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe here on YouTube. It's free. And follow me on X at Stocks Talk Stocks. And guys, don't forget to get your free stocks for Moomoo. Once you open up your account and fund it with at least $100, using that link down below, you get 5 stocks, each up to $2,000. And if you fund your account at least $1,000 on top of those 5 stocks, you get 10 more stocks, each of those up to $2,000, totaling 15 stocks, each up to $2,000, guys. So use that link down below. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you all in the next video.